right? So nice to meet you, Miss Lisa.
Nice to
Miss
meet
or
you.
Mrs.
Miss Lisa. It's
All
now
right, guys. So
even hotter than it's going out.
So these are some minor challenges that you should really work on that. But the truth of the matter is, this is the reason why most farmers fail. You know, they just tend to have this mindset that what can we do to make people interested in agriculture?
I think I really like the fact that we always speak about this.
So, if you don't understand what exactly is the core of business, don't come into agriculture. But yes, it will just be another disaster for us.
So I remain the Unilorin Farm Board, and with me, Austin is Dami. Hi, there's a possibility that you and I might not really have the conviction that onions can be grown in the southwest. Myself, is the first time I am seeing an onion farm. Yes, because it is commonly grown in the cold north of, northern Nigeria. And this is the first time I will be seeing it physically. And today, a lot of questions you've been asking about onions, your contemplations, your alternative motive, and other things will be answered in this video. So I just need you to pay key attention. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am with the onion professional, a very good one, an educated one, not just a side one. So it's nice talking with you, sir. Can you just tell us your name and what you are doing?
Okay, Abraham Ogundijo is my name. I am a farmer and I farm onions in the southwest.
Okay, which state to be precise?
So we are currently in Ogun State. I'm born and brought up in Ogbomoso, Oyo State, but we are currently farming it in Ogun State, Nigeria.
Okay, so can you just give us some reasons why you felt onions can be growing, or why you are farming onions in the southwest? It is commonly done in the northern part of the country. Why here?
Okay, so let me say my whole journey in agriculture started from the program HEYA, where I know HEYA is a very popular thing among younger people, younger agripreneurs in Nigeria. I was part of cohort 2, and when I was doing my training, there was a program that happened where some people came to talk about onions and the likes, and the thing just stayed with me. So in a way, I can just say I stumbled into onion production. The fact that it cannot grow, we believe that it cannot grow. Then, as at that time, I just won a grant, so I pitched onions. It made sense to everybody, and I started producing. So when I started producing, very small, as at that time, all my nursery space is just something very small. A lot of people are always interested in seeing what I was doing. So as I started, because a lot of people are seeing it, there are a lot of feedbacks that I'm getting from people that is motivating me to keep going. It's not like I'm not new in this thing. At least I've been doing this thing since 2023. That's about 3 years now. So since that time, I've had a lot of failures, challenges, but then the fact that it is special and it is unique to the southwest part of Nigeria makes a lot of people always come around to see what I am doing. So the fact that a lot of people are watching me and I don't even want to say failure. To me now, it's looking like if it did not work, I have failed the whole of southwest. So it keeps me moving and moving and moving and moving. So that's just my story in a short form. So that's how I started, and to date we are making progress. And as I used to tell people, this is not an attempt to say that we want to take production away from the north. This is just saying that onions can grow in southwest too. Something that is peculiar to us in southwest is the fact that we have proximity, very high proximity to the market. The market is closer to us. Lagos is closer to us. And Lagos consumes a very large volume of vegetables. If you see people produce from the north, they bring to Lagos, they bring to Ibadan, they bring to major cities. So I feel that if we produce here, farmers will be able to make more profit. So even if northern farmers see that we can do it here, we can even do more production in this place. So it's not even a sin of competition. It's just to show that, because if you look at this thing, there's at a point in southwest that will believe that cucumber cannot work.
Worry?
Yes, there's a point. Now, when I meet with some of our early daddies in Agric, they used to tell me that there's a point that we don't grow cucumbers here at all because people believe that it cannot work. So at a point, some people stood up and said, no, we'll make it work. And after they got it right, they channeled energy into it. Now everybody is growing cucumbers everywhere. So now we are bringing another narration to the southwest, I cannot say it is really new because I know some people that have done it too, but as a young person, we are just pushing this thing greatly, pushing it desperately, so that the whole world, the whole Nigeria can see that it can work in Southwest, and we are moving.
So can you share with us some of the challenges you faced when you started this, your third year in it? So what are some of the challenges you face that you feel you can share with us, so that in case if anybody's into this field and feels that, oh, let me learn from your mistake and avoid things like this, just share with us some of the challenges.
If I start talking about my challenges, it will be as long as the 3 years that I have in this thing. So the thing about the challenges is that the fact that I don't have any other person that is doing it as big as me,
okay,
makes it challenging. I can still say I'm 3 years in this thing, but even as at the time that I started, nobody really is pushing it as much as I am pushing it. So it's just a game where I don't have a mentor. It's a game where there's nobody that can say you are doing this wrong. Do it like this. If you are farming corn in Southwest, if anything goes wrong, there's somebody that you can run to. We are farming tomato. There's an agronomist that will tell you that this is leaf blight. There's an agronomist that will tell you that this is blossom end drought. But in onions, I have to learn almost everything by experience. Because the major farmers of onions, they are in the north, and most of them are not even online. So there's no how you can reach them, like to guide or to mentor you. So what I do is that I watch a lot on YouTube. I look at other African countries that have similar temperature as our own, and they are growing onions. So places like Zambia, places like Kenya, they are the people that mentor me into this. And you know how how social media can be. Most of the time, it's an accurate thing that is happening. It's only the good side that you see online. So at the end of the day, after running with what you see online, it fails, then we pick it up again. So it has been a journey of try and error until we get. So I would say that when I did my first nursery flop, I started again. I got it right. When I did my first transplant, it was a flop. I started again. So it's just a battle of try and error. I'll be ready in another 3-4 weeks. I'm going to be transplanting. Hoping to do 50, 60, 17 tons this production in our open feed.
You said how many tons?
Like 50 to 60 tons this production. So for now, what we are doing is we are just doing trading. As I used to tell people, the best way to start any agricultural venture, especially in production, is to start by trading. So we are doing trading and seeing how we are pulling in the market, understand distribution. Then when our onions is ready, we push it out to our market.
All right. So the production of these onions, you said you've been in it for 3 years. How do you go about getting the seedlings or sourcing the seedlings? And how do you go about the entire planting, from the nursery to the transplanting? How long does the entire cycle last from seedlings?
Okay. So many people don't even know that onions have seed. I don't know. I get during the video, there is onion seed. So we plant the seed, then get the seedlings. These are the seedlings. Then from the seedlings, we now transplant. Then after transplant, about 8 weeks, you get a spring. So you can harvest the spring and sell as spring onions. But you can choose to wait another 1 or 2 months to make it. Then you now sell as up onions. So for us, we explore all the parts available to body just anywhere. So I buy the seed in bulk. So for people that wants to buy, so I just resell to them.
Okay.
I plant the seed too. Then seedlings, I get to sell seedlings. So for some people that wants to test run this production, they buy seedlings from us and they transplant. Then at another point, so after transplanting my own production, I sell spring onions. Then I sell bulb onions. So we explore the whole value chain. So it just I really don't want to say nothing special, but that's just the stage of the production. It takes about 5 months from nursery. That's about open. It's not so simple. The most stressful part of all these things is weeding, because it's not like traditional crops that is 50 centimeter. Just face. You cannot use you cannot use cutlass. You have to
You cannot use chemicals.
You cannot. No, they are selective herbicides that we use
for onions.
Yes, they are selective herbicides, but then they are not readily available and they are very expensive. So for me now, I don't use selective herbicide. I just use pre-emergence herbicide, then follow up with weeding for the whole cycle. So we hand pick all our weeds. It's always very stressful, but that's the only stressful thing in the production: transplanting and weeding. Transplanting too can be very crazy because you can do a lot in a very small space. So if you look at this space now, if we are transplanting, we can do up to 1,500 stand on one bed. That is 1 meter by 25 meters. You can do up to 1,500. So that's just the joy and the advantage of it.
So if we're talking about pepper, we do cause some disease like aphids, mites, other disease that affect pepper. What about onions? Do you have any disease that affects it?
Talking about pest and disease, as I said, I learned almost everything the hard way, but it is easier. Pests and disease is easier with onions for two reasons. Number one, for people that do organic farming, there are some people that don't even use synthetic chemicals. Part of their ingredients for pesticide is onions.
Okay, yes,
you will see them blend onions with garlic, with chili pepper to spray on their pepper because their pepper has problem.
Yes.
To spray on their, so onions in itself has they say to repel pests on its own. But since it's plant, there are still some pests that perch on onions. So the few pests that affect onions, I'm talking about pests now, not even disease. So the few pests that affect onions are not so much in the southwest yet because we are not doing much of the production. Throughout my last cycle, the last cycle I did last year, I did not spray one pesticide. Throughout. It's not because there is no pest.
And nothing affected them.
Or let me say, it was not very high severity. Like we had some worms, just a few. It's not even up to 1% of the farm. But it's because, like, we are not growing it here. For people that are growing pepper, they will be able to relate to this. If you open a new space and you start production, you will not have much pest infestation than if you have been.
Some time.
Yes, you understand. So, let me just say, the pest of onions are not used to southwest. So, it's what we can just run through. Yes, at this season. So, because I did it last year, there was no pest. If I'll do it again, I'm sure that they will want to come, but not even in their numbers now. If I'll do it again, that's why we do crop rotation, so that would. So we don't have much pest yet in the southwest, not as much as in the north. So in the north, they have stuff like onion strips, they have worms that comes to eat spring. So that's the thing. But then it's not so peculiar to the southwest here. But talking of disease, we have a lot of disease that affects. So we have a lot of bulb rots that happen. We have fungal infection
in the southwest.
In the southwest, and the reason why we have all of those things is because we have a lot of rain. For people that are familiar with the north, you will notice that in the north they don't make their beds like this.
How do they
make it flat and socky. We call it socky bed. Socky bed is the kind of beds that holds more water. So now, example now, looking at these two space, if rain falls now and it is a very heavy downpour, you find out that the whole water comes into this furrow. So it means that these beds are created such that a lot of water will not stay on the bed. For their own side in the north, they make it such that the place they will plant is where a lot of water will come into. So imagine that in the north, we are planting here now in the south. In the north, they plant here.
The furrow.
Yeah, so that a lot of water, when they have water, the water stays, and it stays for a very long time. So if you now make your bed wrongly and a lot of water sits inside, your bulb will begin to rot.
But why is it so in the north and it doesn't affect them?
No, they don't have some parts of their place that plants this thing, they don't have a lot of rain. So anytime that they have too much rain, it affects. That's one of the things that causes onions to be very expensive. There are sometimes that they have rain non-stop for 1 or 2 days.
Yes.
When the rain sits in their soaking bed, it stays for a long time, onions begin to rot. But because they don't have rain as often, the little water that they put inside, when they put the water inside, because everywhere is dry, it's just enough for the plants. But when the water is, if you now look at southwest now, rain falls almost every day or every other day. So if you make that kind of bed that they make in the north here, you will experience a lot of problems. So what we do is we make raised bed. When there is no rain, we use water system. You get to our open field, you see our sprinkler, you see our mini dam right there. So that's how we run production here. So we do just raised bed. When there's too much water, it comes to the floor. The lesser stays on the bed.
So talking about Southwest, what is the estimated number of farmers that are into production of onions in the Southwest now?
Okay. So let me say I don't want to say I can see myself now because I know a lot of people are growing it because of me. A lot of people are buying seedlings from me. But according to us in Nigeria, I'm still the one doing it the biggest in Southwest now. So I know some other people are doing home garden. Some people that have pepper farm, they are buying seedlings of onions to test to see how it goes. So we don't have so much people, just a few persons here and there in the whole of South. Let me not even say South, in the whole of southern part of Nigeria. Because when I sell seedlings now, I don't sell alone to Southwest. I sell to the south because my whole campaign is not even about Southwest alone. It's about the southern part of Nigeria. People don't even believe that I can work in Delta. They don't believe that I can work in Akwa Ibom.
It's because of the amount of rainfall down south.
So that's the thing. Anything that is the problem can be curtailed. If there's a lot of rain, we'll make raised bed so it does not affect the plants. If heavy rain falls and you come here, you will just see the water that is enough to soak the ground. The remaining excess water comes to the floor. And that's how it works in their side too. So for the people that are buying seedlings from me and in Delta State that are in the south, I tell them make a very high bed. Just make sure that you till it well. So when there's a lot of rain, it comes down. So that's just the remedy. If it's rain, that's the remedy. But plenty people used to have this imaginary thing that it is our soil, and it is not true. So it cannot be. We're even going things without using soil now, so you cannot even say it's the soil.
Yeah, but talking about soil, is there any amount of soil acidity that is more conducive for the onions to grow?
Yeah, so just like normal vegetables, 6 to 7 pH. But let's say you should not plant it on a clay soil because this is onions. Clay soil holds water. And if it holds a lot of water, it begins to cause the thing to rot. So the best soil to plant onions is a sand loam soil.
Just like this.
Yeah, just like this. So sand loam soil. Sand loam soil helps to balance aeration and water retention capacity. So sandy soil holds aeration, like helps to do proper aeration. Then loamy soil helps with water retention. So if you have sand loam, it's just so balanced for you. So that's just the bit of.
So another question is, would you advise people to come into production, like mass production of these onions in the southwest and southern part of the country?
What I used to tell people is that I don't know why a bulb of onions is 100 naira. I don't know why. Because sincerely, if I look at my cost of production and why it is 100 naira, it is obvious that logistic from the north is what is bringing the gap. So if we produce here, one out is logistic from the north. So in a way, we are pushing for food security too. But let's say for now that it's not even so general. If I carry my onions to the market, I sell at market price. I sell to you the way Aboki will sell to you. Aboki has added logistic price. Me too, I add imaginary logistic price. It's adding to my profit. So in a way, if you are in the southwest or in the southern part of Nigeria, I know it's a lot of journey in learning. So just try to start. It's not so expensive to set up, especially if you are a farmer. If you are a farmer, you just have like half plot or even quarter of a plot. Then try 1,000 seedlings. Try 500 seedlings. See how it goes. Then do it on your own. So for people that buy seedlings from, this is what I do for them. If I sell 100 seedlings for you, I give you 100 seeds for free.
Like, sorry, how?
If you buy 100 seedlings from me, I give you 100 seeds for free.
Okay, like seeds
for them to plant. So if you do the seedlings, you now test the seed. So after your whole production of the seedlings and the seed, you will be able to do everything yourself. And I follow up with everybody because, as I said, I'm making sure that everybody is interested in this thing and I'm promoting this thing in the south.
But you look so selfless because of some farmers will be like, oh, this is what I'm using to make money. So if I should dish everything out, the recipe on my procedure from nursery to grow out, at the long run, I will operate as a loss. So how do you go about coping with that kind of idea or mentality?
Okay, so I would say that I'm doing business. This thing I just said is my business model. And it's bringing profits for me.
What of the long run?
If you want to understand it, you come and pay for masterclass. But then this thing I just said is my business model. It's a model that I'm following. I've been following for over a year now.
And it's working for you.
Massive profit.
Yeah. So averagely, let's talk about the cost of producing, let's say 1,000 buds of onions. Can you give us an estimate of the production line, the cost of producing it, and possibly the profit you could make if it yields to its maximum point?
Okay, so let's say 1,000 bulbs of onions. Let's say you have not grown it before and you want to eradicate the risk in the nursery. You buy seedlings. I sell one seedlings 20, 30 naira per seedlings.
That's very affordable.
So if I sell one seedling so you 30 naira, because it's not so much, you'll be able to manage it. Like it's not something that you do. So if you buy seedlings 30 naira, 30 naira in 1,000, that means you have spent 30k on seedlings.
Yeah.
And the way I used to advise people, if you are doing 1,000, you don't need to spend anything. Go and look for poultry sheets, incorporate it in your soil. That's literally all that you would need. You will not need so much to run the whole production. So after you have prepared your bed, incorporate manure inside, then transplant. So you just follow up with every other necessary thing that you need to do. So basically, apart from the basic labors, small labors, as I said, like this whole bed now will take about 1,500. This 1 meter by, let's say this is less than 20, but then 1 meter by 25 meters will take 1,500. So something like that. If you get people to do it, they will not even charge you up to 2-3k if you cannot do it yourself. So for people that, but then I know that for people that are farmers, they know how they sort workers. It's not something that will cost you up to 2-3k to make this kind of bed. Yeah. And all you spend on seedling will not be more than 3,000. Let's say average cost, you cannot spend up to 50k
for production of 1,000 bulbs of seedling.
And if you sell at least on an average, you sell one bulb 100, 150, 200 naira with variation in sizes. Yeah. So 100 naira, 150, 200 naira. So let's say on an average 150 naira. So if you sell 150 and you sell 1,000, that's about 150,000 naira. So if you gross that, like gross profit, let's say 50k to 150k. I don't know. It's still very profitable. If you have to transport it from the north, now is now what makes
the cost of transportation.
That's what makes the whole onion thing very expensive. If we are growing it here, it's always cheaper to produce and to sell to ourselves. And for people, onions is not something that you would find market tire. If you are doing a smaller space, even yourself, you eat the 1,000.
Yeah.
At the very least, you sell to your neighbors. At the very least, you sell to your family. At the very least, you sell to your friends. People will always buy since it is onions.
And what's the shelf life?
If you store it properly, onions can stay up to 5 months. So now there's the process. I don't want to bore with all these technical jargons, but then the way we cure onions. After curing it, if you store it in proper, it can stay up to 5 months after harvest. So buy and keep for another 2 months. Yes. Most of them now, they have kept them in their store. They transported them here. It stays a longer time with the person that is selling. Then it gets to you, still keep for another 2 months. So if it's properly stored and cured, the post-harvest loss happens to the farmer, not to the people that stores. So if you buy and dry and you store, it's going to be fine for at least 5 months. So for us now, we are exploring the whole value chain. As I said, selling seeds, we are selling seedlings, we are selling spring onions, we are selling bulb onions, we are drying to store, then we are now reselling from storage.
Wow. So this is a very long process. To me, I just feel, okay, go to the market, get onions, come and cook, and that's all.
So that's just...
So viewers out there, you are hearing from the horse's mouth. How much is a board of onions sold in the market? Possibly majority of you might have bought today. How much is it sold? This is just the entire process. The cost of producing 1,000 boards of onions will not cost you up to 100,000 naira. Yes, and you'll make a very good profit on it. Are you willing to go into farming onions, or you are just there waiting for farmers to farm and bring it for you to buy and put on your table? Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you've watched us at this very point, because there are a lot of good contents that are coming your way, not just now, but later in the future. So, sir, what are the parting words to young people out there who see agriculture in general as a dirty man's job? We prefer white collar jobs. Even me, I was like that up until I got the better understanding. So what's your advice you could give to people out there?
Okay, so I'll tell everybody that is a young person out there that agric is very profitable when we see it as a business. This is a narration that is coming out big now. Agric is only profitable when you see it as a business. If you don't understand business, don't come to agric. If you don't understand buying and selling, don't come, because you will join them to say that agric is not profitable. You will join them to say agric is not for the poor man. There's something called agribusiness. If you want to come at all as a young person, come with a mindset of doing business. Now, I was saying to some younger persons, like last 2 or 3 weeks, that you see people sell bag online. You see people sell shoes online. There's a way people sell, there are people that sell iPhone. Those people don't have store, but they understand the business of it. So if you don't understand what exactly is the core of business, don't come into agriculture. Yes, it will just be another disaster for us. It will not be another problem shouting ever and then that agric is not profitable. Agric is a business. You have to understand market. You have to understand this thing. If you understand business and you are sure of yourself, come into agric and come and make money from food.
Did you study agriculture while in school?
Yeah, I studied agriculture. I graduated from Ikiti State University. Studied, animal science.
Animal science. So after graduating, you now cross to plants.
So after graduating, I came to hair, as I said. And hair is big on vegetables.
Yeah.
So I started vegetables, then I stumbled on onions, another vegetable. Then I majored on onions now. So moving forward, if you get to the open field, you will see we're going to be doing fish. So we're going to be integrating moving forward. So for onions now, they need more nitrogen at the early stage of growth to do proper leafy. So I'm going to be doing fish, then use fish water to start the production, using my animal science knowledge to merge with onions production, raising poultry, using poultry dunks too. So I'm going to be integrating it as we make progress in this our agric journey.
Oh, it was nice talking to you, sir. Thank you so much. So you've heard everything he said. I think 90% of the knowledge he shared, I heard it for the very first time. Though I've been into the space of agriculture for a couple of years now. So do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I don't want this video to be long, so I will be ending it here. Thank you so much for being a part of this movement. Together, we are going to make agriculture the #1 profession not just in Nigeria, but across the corners of the world. See you in our next video. Bye.